There's a quote by Francois Truffaut that there is no such thing as an anti-war film. This is Blood Trail. So, this is me returning back to VR again. As you may know if you're familiar with the channel, I've put up a couple of videos where I've just ranted while playing stuff like hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades, and recently I picked up the headset again after a fairly long hiatus and decided to look at some other games that were out on the market, and one that had been in my peripheral for quite some time was this game called Blood Trail. Comparative to H3 VR, which is very much a sandbox where you can play around with guns in fantastically intricate detail, but with this cartoonish level of just having fun, Blood Trail is antithetical to that. And I'm not entirely certain how intentional it is, but after playing it for a couple of hours, I found it fascinating. But this all comes down to whether or not what I'm seeing here in the game is the intended effect, or if it's simply a byproduct of the ways the game is currently running. Blood Trail, for those who do not know, is a VR shooter, which is set in a very dark world where you play Wendigo. Walk over here, I can in fact show you the person himself, who is uncannily similar looking to myself. Big, thick old booty and all. In fact, you know, my arse is... I'd like to say my arse is a bit bigger than that. Yeah, it probably is. A hitman who is basically tasked with gunning down some kind of cult. These fine gentlemen who are all walking around in what seemed to be the cheapest thing they could find in Primark, because they clearly were not spending their money on dentistry. Then again, I'm smoking meth in this game, so they're probably doing that as well. Do you fancy a booth? Probably not. Oh, Jesus Christ, alright, fair enough, I'll leave you alone. The idea is basically, it's a shooter. It's in some ways drawing on survival horror aesthetics, some survival horror mechanics. There is no limited ammunition, as far as I'm aware. I can't see. Like, the shotgun needs reloading. Naturally, there is, in my bum bag, there is shotgun shells I can put in the gun. That's already fully loaded, apparently, so that can just fuck off. And you can tool yourself up pretty heavily. However, the way the violence is depicted in this game is graphic, extremely graphic. Like, content warning, it is going to get very gory, and not in the cartoonish way. This is not like Postal 2, where heads are getting drop-kicked across the street and people are projectile pissing everywhere. This is going to be, I shoot a guy in the face, his head cores out. Like, I think people's best introduction to this in like the mainstream has been the new GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, where you get that really like nasty blowout effect at the back of someone's head when a bullet goes through it. Like, I am not a major fan of like hyper-fidelic goring games unless it is really specifically going for something. Like, I remember the stories of the people who were working on the latest Mortal Kombat game having quite severe stress issues because they were just so deeply immersed in looking at people like anatomical breakdowns of horrible injuries, when the game is about extra-dimensional ninjas and lizard people fighting each other. Like, it didn't need to be quite so faithful. But anyway, I'm digressing. Blood Trail makes violence feel ugly. Now, going back to the Truffaut quote, there are a lot of games that do try to deal with violence and do try to ask questions about how we interact with it and how we think about it. Spec Ops: The Line, which there was a playthrough on this channel, is probably one of the best engagements I could think of in terms of interrogating the way we treat violence as a narrative tool. Yet in doing so, being a functional and entertaining action game, it still ends up undercutting itself. Blood Trail, it feels bad. And man, that is such a double-edged sword. I should probably explain. So, currently I am holding a pistol in my hand. This does not feel anything like how it would feel in H3 VR. It is kind of floaty. If I fire the gun, my hand is recoiling higher and higher. My hand is recoiling higher and higher. I'm not sure if that's audible above the brain is not braining, sound of the gunfire. And to reload is pretty tricky. So, slides back. One button ejects the mag, get that. All of a sudden this has come out in a very odd angle. And then grab the back of it. And that's reloaded. There is a way for me to basically just let the slide slime back into home, but I don't have the right controller for that. So again, it's this kind of, I'm always thinking about where my hands are and they're never in the right place. Another thing is that if I want to choke up my grip and actually grab it from the side, I don't do this. I don't get close and grip. I have it here. And, like, you can see it snap into place. So, again, like, there's a little bit of haptic feedback in my left hand when I do that. It's not clean, though. It feels unfinished, really. But when I grip, that does help stabilize my recoil somewhat. But you can see that first bullet impact and all the rest up there. It means that if I'm planting multiple shots, if I try to like double tap into this guy's chest, wow, I can fucking English. Sorry, mate, I'm afraid I'm going to have to use you as a demonstration now. So if I try and do like a Mozart beat drill, so 2 in the chest, 1 in the head, that was, well, we'll see if we can get a bit closer and have a look. You can interact with the bodies. So that was 1 in the chest and 2 in the face. I mean, to be fair, all three were, you are unnaturally happy to see them. You're just inspecting a corpse out of fucking nowhere. But that felt clinical. There was no big blood spray behind him. Like, that looks like a guy who's just been shot, like, in the lung, blood's aspirating out his nose, eyes have rolled back from the shock of the brain trauma. Like, this is, and I'm saying this in a very calculated way, this is kind of hitting on the aesthetic one would imagine a mass shooting would feel like. And again, I'm not entirely certain if that's supposed to be intentional or not, which makes it so both interesting and difficult to pass, because I feel like there is a wealth to be explored here. There's so much you could do in terms of making an action game feel like a very charged and difficult experience for the player, but then how do you do that in a way that doesn't make the game feel like absolute shit? And Blood Trail does seem to be kind of in that intermediate area, because when I first began playing this game, I could barely hit shit. I was a complete novice because I was so used to that hyper-crisp, hyper-sharp way that H3 VR works, whereas here, I am simulating the handling of someone who is not as, not as, I suppose, not as au fait with firearms is probably not the best way to say it, but someone who is having to actually struggle to hold the recoil together. Let me just say, for example, so the shotgun is actually pretty much fine. I apologise, I'm going to show you a blown apart head again. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. But when I switch over to other weapons, say for example some of the fully automatic stuff, let's have a look here. So we've got the AKS-47U. The game is still in early access, so there's not a vast wealth of stuff right now, but here we go. Here are all 3 fully automatic weapons. And I won't use it on him, I'll just kind of show you. So the AK-47U is based... AK-74U? AKS-74U. Sorry, there's so many fucking variants of this shit, I am terrible at remembering what's what. So this, for example, like, you could see that lifted out of my hands the longer I held the trigger down. Like, it's actually quite hard to control this compared to if I was playing H3 VR. I'd basically just have it here, shoulder it, and I'd have a very good control over the type of the grouping. But again, it's simulating an AK with no stock. This is just like a cut down, really short version of it. So it's meant to feel like it bucks out of your hands. Same thing with, well, maybe not with this. So this is a 308 fully automatic assault rifle of some description, and this thing is a fucking menace. This is much higher rate of fire, fucking leaps out of your hands like a salmon. Again, tricky to use. Like, actively, if you want to try and use this thing effectively, you'll be wanting to try and use it in single shot, because otherwise, like, it is much harder to hold on to, especially since it's only got iron sights. There is no optics. There are no optics as of it you can put on these weapons. So, I mean, the thing is, though, fuck me, like, I missed from here. That is the problem. Like, it is so hard to actually get a beat unless you are literally... Oh god, that never gets any better. Fucking hell. Unless you are specifically aiming right down the iron sights. So it's an interesting one. Oh, that did... Now, that's not how the bullet works, and you fucking know it, game. Yeah, as I said, early access. And even the guns that are more ergonomic and more suited to actively being used, so this is like a 45 caliber Vector VP9. Like, this optic is only good for sniping. If you try and actually control it, it is incredibly hard to keep it to make it play ball. And it doesn't help that the actual fucking controls for the game, it's so... I don't know, it feels like it's trying to fight against you. And I'm not entirely certain, again, whether or not that is just someone deciding to make... I just realised I just lit up the wall right next to this guy, and he's just like... I'm going to lock off in about a couple of hours. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm alright. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how... That was mildly disconcerting. Just look round and there's a couple of guys just fucking A-posing right at me. Could you fuck off, please? Wow, he did not even flinch. Holy shit. Right, center grouping. There we go. There we go. And I'm pretty certain, like, I maybe only landed, like, one, 2, 3 shots on that guy. Like, one in the leg, one in the midsection on that guy. Like, it's the, oh, Jesus, no, okay, that one, he caught one in the face. But, like, I've only actually killed one guy with those 3 bursts. All the other 3 are just wounded on the floor. And again, this is something you don't normally see in a lot of action games. Someone getting upshot and then just kind of lying there bleeding out. It feels like it is actively trying to amplify the sense of cruelty that is being inflicted upon these people. And that is fucking fascinating to me. It's definitely not for everyone. I would absolutely not say that this is the kind of game that everyone's going to want to pick up and play, because on the one hand, you may just find this to be just wall-eyed sadism, and that's entirely fair, especially when I can take a metal pipe and do this to someone's skull. Brace yourselves. Hang on, excuse me. I mean, not beat him into inexistence, but you saw what happened. His head just turned into a melon at a Gallagher concert or something. I don't fucking know. But anyway, that is basically kind of a rough showcase of how things look in this kind of environment. This is, honestly, I feel like this is probably one of the worst places to show off what Bloodline actually does. Not Bloodline, Blood Trail. I fucking knew I was going to get that wrong at least once. Because the other aspect of Blood Trail is what it is going to be doing in terms of its gameplay and its story when it hits full release. And to show that off, let me just very quickly switch this kind of stuff over. Just immediate clapping from behind me, mildly concerned. My cheeks are probably not safe, but we'll see. Not sledgehammer, hunting knife, there we go. So AK-74U, Beretta, well, Piovara, because I'm assuming they can't use the name for that one particularly. And yeah, let's just go out of this and return to the basement, which is the main menu for the game. Excuse me. Boop. Finger time. So as you can see, Blood Trail is still in early access, and there is more stuff being added all the time. And what is currently out here right now is a pretty interesting showcase for what the game may go for later. Now, as you can see, I am in a dingy, shitty basement somewhere. There is a safe full of ammunition, garbage bags and shit just lying around everywhere, a shitty black and white TV. This place is not pleasant. In fact, what the fuck is that even recording? Or showing a picture of? Should probably not be looking at that. It's probably going to curse me in some horrible, horrible way. Oh, my crack pipe's over there. I've got a spare one over here, don't worry. You have two options as of right now. You have survival mode, where you simply go into an urban location and waves and waves and waves of the cultists come at you, and you have raid, where you go into a location and sweep and clear various sections of the area, clearing them out of cultists. Pretty straightforward. However, allow me to just do a raid and show you precisely how this shit feels. So let's go with... let's go with that one. Pretty sure that one's working. Right. Onwards. Just walk into the fucking door. So, as you can probably immediately tell, it is very fucking dark. We're not attacking this brightly lit compound full of trash fires and shit like that. We're not going in with like stealth goggles and shit. We've got a fucking GoPro head cam, an AKS-47U, and a bit of meth in our fucking fanny pack, and that's basically it. You are only nominally more dangerous than the guys you're going up against, and basically their numbers are the only thing they've got that they've got over you. And the idea is, you're probably only going to know where these guys are when they're either coming out the woodland at you or popping off shots at you from a short distance. So as of right now, I actually feel very much exposed. Shit! Fuck! So the muzzle flashes are the first thing to give them away. There you are. Okay, well, fucking heard you get tagged, you little shit. And there's the second one. That's him dropped, and I can see him going just... Oh, fuck. Okay. New mag. Oh. Take the fucking hint. I have already been fucking lit the fuck up. So I'm gonna smoke some crack. Crack is basically how you heal. Oh my fucking god, how is that man not down? As you can see, lack of optics and just a basic flashlight strapped to your head mean you are really having a hard time acquiring targets out here. Which is, again, not necessarily conducive to an enjoyable experience when you're gunfighting people. Fucking hell. But you end up actively feeling like this is actually a surprisingly fair fight. Where the fuck did he go? Where the fuck did he hop off to? Fucking cryptid, Jesus Christ. Right, he's down. His mate's over here. Wait, where the fuck's his body? Shit. Shit, did I not get him? Fuck. I don't see this dude's body, and I don't think these guys despawn that quick. Fuck! Fuck! Yeah, between this, the gun smoke, and the fact that these guys will just shoot, reposition, shoot, actively makes this quite fucking challenging. And at the same time, it's kind of thrilling, it's kind of exciting. And yet you are actively... Oh no, I did definitely drop him. Sometimes it's fucking cat and mouse. God damn! Fucking son of a bitch. Right, I'm gonna go over into that watchtower over there, see if I can just get some cover and then figure out where this fucking shooter is. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Okay, right, there you are. It does not help that the guns have a very floaty trigger pull. God, you fucker. Oh, shitting hell. Fucking... Alright. Fuck the lot of you for a hot second. So yeah, as you can see, I am not fucking Keanu Reeves blowing bollocks off with the greatest of ease. That's fucking one of you tagged. And that's the other... Oh, fucking... The way they just fucking dip off into the forest again. Okay, one of them's definitely down. Oh, did I do for the other guy as well? I did. Oh, fucking hell. Right. So there is a definitely... I'm sorry, I'm just not risking that fucker getting back up again. Fucking... I think I fucking tagged him. Jesus. This is no standard military shooter. This is no kind of crime gangbanger simulator. This is just how it would feel to wander through a fucking forest as an overweight dude. Fuck. Shit. Okay, he's dead. He's definitely fucking dead. Fuck! Okay, there we go. So now, all I have to do is go down there and clear out... And that was only... Like, I have only killed 6 people. It feels like I've been in a proper fucking engagement. And it's this interesting dichotomy that Blood Trail kind of creates, where on the one hand, it's a clunky, ugly way in which you engage with people here. Like... Gunfights are brief and messy, and I only need to take a couple of shots and I'm fucking dead. That crack pipe I can use, it's basically a rechargeable health kit, but if I'm caught short, they will just fucking vent me. And this is where people start spawning out of fucking nowhere if I'm not very careful, so I'm gonna have to keep my head on a fucking swivel. Yep, that music is a great indication that shit is not about to go well. There's a motherfucker. Tagged. Again, I'm not running around fucking burst firing. I'm not popping frag grenades and breaching rooms. I am very fucking methodically making sure no bastard fucking... God damn fucking... Like I said, we'll pop out the fucking woodwork to come and get you. I haven't even actually started clearing these buildings either. These have got lots of blind corners. They are very nasty to do. Shit! Fucking... At close range you can kind of get away with squeezing off a burst or two, but barely. Oh, and there's 2 entrances as well. That's fucking horrible. Fuck. Right. Is that a fucking sandwich? Nice. Someone is absolutely about to come and try and get me in here. Like I said, with the fucking burst fire, half that didn't even touch him. Fuck, my fucking controllers are losing synchronization, so I keep floating away. Yeah, nope, fuck you.
stairs. Oh, I'm going to have a very hard time covering this. Right, fuck it. When in doubt, ensure your crack pipe is hot to the touch. Fucking hell. Extremely fucking rude. God damn. Okay, and the pistol is not even being gripped properly. Fuck. Oh god, that was bad. That was really fucking bad. Okay. Okay. That is one building fucking cleared. Piece of shit. I think I just shot that man several times in the cock. Honestly, deserved for being in this fucking cult. You haven't even got the cool robes, you're not saying Maranax, Pathanax, or any shit like that. You're just a bunch of skinhead arseholes. Fuck! And you also just pop out of fucking nowhere. Right, round to my left. Fuck off. Best part of this is I can also hear my fucking heartbeat, or feel it through the actual vibrations in the controller. I actually didn't even fucking finish him off yet. Shit. Right. You bunch of fucks. You absolute categorical pieces of shit. Fucking hellfire. Where the fuck did you come from? Like I said, janky, early access, thoroughly effective at being actually quite fucking scary. Okay. Last one, back around where I came again. Over this way. Okay, cool. I mean, not cool. Absolutely fucking not cool, actually. Fuck off. Okay, there's a guy up there who's surrendering. That's fine. I don't have to worry about just yet. Any other motherfucker with a gun, however, is going to be the problem. Is it just you? Right, you're lucky. You're on the dental plan. Oh my god. Wow, apparently that man just had load-bearing teeth. Anyway, that is how raid mode goes. And for the moment, that's pretty much all it's going to be. I find Blood Trail to be very interesting because it is going for something I have not really seen any other game go for. And again, I'm checking out the devs, I'm figuring out precisely what their intention is behind this. If the devs see this and they would like to reach out to me and be like, actually, yeah, we're thinking of trying to do this, or actually, no, this is just a byproduct of the game we want to make, I'd like to know more, because Blood Trail is a very interesting intersection between how people would kind of imagine video games would be in their worst successes. Like, I can totally imagine Blood Trail being like touted as, oh, this is the reason why we need to have more prayer in schools and yada 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 yada. But at the same time, it is in the process of being what it is, kind of showing how sudden and brutal and empty this kind of violence actively is. I don't know if that's intentional or not, and if it is, that's fantastic. If it's not intentional, that's an amazing coincidence that just seems to have come up, at least as far as I'm concerned. But I will leave it here for the moment. This has just been like a little showcase of the game, and I did actually record a little something extra back when I was testing out the OBS settings, because capturing VR is kind of tricky using my normal recording equipment, so there'll be a little just supercut of dumb shit that happened when I was doing that. But yes, I would definitely say that Blood Trail is not going to be for everyone. It is a game that very much goes to dark places, and you may just want that nice, simple, disposable action and entertainment, and a lot of games provide you that. I mean, H3 VR, I've logged a ridiculous amount of time on that, specifically because it is so nice and accessible and lightweight, and I can just go in, blow some sausages up, and it's fine. This makes me feel like a killer. This makes me feel dirty. And I feel like maybe more games could do with daring to be that way. But anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you very much for watching. Look after yourselves. The world is increasingly becoming kind of a hellscape. Yeah. Perfect fucking timing. 10 out of 10. No notes. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.